Apologize to yourself for the times you made yourself small to be accepted by other people, for the times you neglected yourself to make others a priority, for the times that you taught yourself to be quiet when you should have said something, for the times you settled for less in spaces where you were far too great.
Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. I am Sis on Space, and in this video I'm talking about how the act of self-blaming shows up in adult life. In my previous video about self-blame, which is titled Is It Your Fault?, I talked about ways that the act of self-blame shows up in people. I have been through that, so I think it's fair if I talk about it. And it mostly stems from childhood abuse, which is being neglected as a child emotionally and not being listened to, being guilt-tripped, being blamed or shamed. And I also talked about how some people fall into relationship with toxic or narcissistic people and they end up having to blame themselves throughout the whole relationship. So they never get to hold the other person accountable. It could also stem from a traumatic response whereby maybe someone tried to stand up for themselves one point in their life and they ended up feeling betrayed or losing whoever they stood up to. I've experienced all of that. So in this video, I'm going to explain the signs that we see in adults, or I see in adults. When I see an adult, I'm like, okay, this is someone who is still in that self-blame thing and how they can come out of it. So if this applies to you, stay tuned and I'll catch you guys in the points. So the first sign I notice in adults who blame themselves a lot or who are in the process of self-blaming is they over-apologize. I'm not talking about if you offend someone, don't apologize, blah, blah. No. If you offend someone, apologize to them. Tell them sorry. If you do something, maybe you bumped into someone in a bad way, you should say sorry. But I'm talking about where this person is afraid of taking up space. They apologize for their presence. They could walk into this room and they just, oh, I'm sorry, before they even enter into the room. Or maybe someone is standing in their way. Instead of them to be like, could you please excuse me? They'll be like, I'm sorry. They always apologize and when it's not needed. That is a big sign. People would think you're weak. I don't care what you tell me. Being polite doesn't mean over apologizing. You can be polite and still not apologize. You could be polite and request things. People who have that self-blame thing feel like when they enter into a space, they feel like they're a nuisance. They feel like they're annoying because that's how people around them treat them. So they think that's how the world sees them, as this annoying being, as someone who is carrying the whole world's kind of like weight on them. And as I told you, guilt is a spiritual weight that you carry. And it's not even yours, it's for other people. You carry the kind of like the accountability of other people on your head. So when they walk into a place, they are scared. They are living in this flight and flight. They are living in this fear and flight mood. So they think, oh, me being here is a mistake, or I don't want to be in trouble, so let me just apologize if I enter. It's the fear, the constant fear that they live in. That is a traumatic response. And you need to stop apologizing for existing. You're supposed to exist. You're supposed to take up space. Don't care where you are or where you find yourself. Don't apologize. Come in, back straight, spine straight, head held high. Regardless of the looks you get, regardless of who is in your way, regardless of if you're the only person in the room who is that skin tone or whatever. Come as you are, as bold as you are. That guilt isn't yours. Let it down, okay? The moment you let that guilt down, you realize when you walk into a place, you have full confidence. And the second way I notice is people who love to over-explain. I only asked you one thing. I mean, there are people you ask them just one thing. Did you do this? And they talk and talk and talk and explain and go back to so many stories. This is an adult who has been through something traumatic. They don't know how to argue with people, so they tend to over-explain instead of kind of like pinpoint their opinion. They're afraid people are going to judge them, or they're afraid they're going to lose someone if they openly tell them how they feel or their opinion. So they tend to explain why they think this way, why they believe in this. Look, people are not supposed to know or understand why you think the way you think. People are not supposed to understand. Some things are just to you. It pertains to you. It makes sense to you. Don't explain yourself. I used to explain myself a lot. I wanted to be understood. People who explain themselves just want to be understood by other people. They've never been understood. They've never been heard. Their parents probably never listened to them. They never got attention from their parents. They were always neglected. Their parents were always in their own world. They never had friends who listened to them. So whenever they get the opportunity to talk, or someone asks them one question, they talk and rant and rant and rant. That is a traumatic response. If people don't understand you, it's okay. We are all not going to be understood. The right people will understand you perfectly without saying words. People who love you and are for you, even in your silent, they understand you're silent. They understand everything about you. Don't over-explain yourself. This is the last time you explain yourself to people. Let people misunderstand. Let people think let them have their opinion about you. You stay grounded and know yourself better, so other people's validation or invalidation doesn't shake your ground. Okay. The third sign I notice the behavior of self-blame in adults is avoiding confrontation or avoiding chaos. Adults who tend to avoid confrontation or chaos, which I was at one point in my life in that situation, are people pleasers. They are very, very, very pleasing and always going with the flow and looking up to people to make the move before they do, because they don't want to cause any trouble. You're an adult. You have your ways of living. You have your own understanding of yourself and of the world around you. If something is not going right, because one day you'll be a parent. Look, I'm the firstborn child. I'm a leader. Naturally, I have to be able to confront things. I have to master confrontation, because one day I'm going to be a parent. One day I'm going to be someone's wife. In fact, I'm someone's big sister. I'm the eldest child. I have to learn how to be comfortable with confrontation, comfortable with chaos. Because working with kids, someone might hit your sibling or your child. Are you going to sit there and not confront the other child or the child's parents? Are you not going to go to the school if your child is being bullied at home? Are you going to sit there and be like, oh, my child is being bullied? If you go, don't mind those kids, just go and sit down quietly. No, you have to stand up for your kid. You have to go to the school and talk to them, even if that means it will bring chaos. If something is happening at your job and it's not morally right, maybe it's an SA or an abuse in any form, you need to be able to have that backbone to confront people, to go to the authorities, to talk about it. Confrontation is normal. Don't be aggressive about it. That is one thing. Don't be aggressive and fight or throw hands, but you should be comfortable with chaos. When I see adults who are so they don't want to confront, they are too quiet, anything happen around them, they pretend they can't see because they don't want to confront it. So they're always pleasing people and saying yes and following along, and that's a traumatic response. You need to work on that. Work on letting go of that perspective that chaos means loss, or you confronting someone means you are betraying them. That is not true. That is you setting boundaries and setting the tone. And the fourth sign I notice is guilt, especially when the people around you are in a bad mood. There are a lot of people, I've noticed that a lot in people, who take their partner's mood as they've done something wrong. If their partner's in a good mood, they kind of feel like, what should I do to make them happy? What can I do to make them happy? Maybe let me serve them a drink. Let me do this for them. Sometimes your friends, your partner, your parents, whoever is around you just wants their alone time. It's not about you. Don't take everybody's mood as, what did I do wrong? You're blaming yourself. Because if someone's mood makes you question yourself, you are blaming yourself for how they feel, which is not your responsibility. People feel different emotions every day. I'm not always in the mood to be chatty. I'm not. Even with YouTube, I'm not always in the mood to get up and do my makeup and show up. With my friends, I'm not always in the mood to hang out with them. Sometimes they'll call me, oh, let's hang out. I'm like, I want to chill at home. I want to be in my bed. I want to just eat and rub my belly. If you're that friend who is always like, what did I do to her? Why didn't she want to hang out? Why doesn't she want to hang out with me today? It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. If your partner is silently sitting somewhere, maybe they want their alone time to think. Maybe they're in their thinking zone. Maybe they are trying to make plans. You can be still with them, sit down still with them, and just enjoy the silence. Or you can just give them their space. There's not a time for you to be like, oh, should I make you tea? What do you want to eat? Why are you quiet? Did I do anything? Please talk to me. Why are you quiet? You look annoying now. Maybe that wasn't their intention. Maybe they don't see you to be annoying. But at that moment, you provoke them to do something. You might provoke them to be like, can you just leave me alone? And then you feel bad. And some people actually do that so that their partner will just tell them something out of anger, and that will validate how they feel. Like maybe you provoke your partner or your friend to like talk to you. Why are you quiet? Why are you quiet? And why are you quiet? Why are you quiet? And they say something like, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you right now. And they'll be like, oh, I knew it. I knew that I'm not enough. I knew you didn't like me. It's a trauma response. Let down that guilt. People feel how they feel depending on their own mood. When someone is sitting out silent, or someone is in a bad mood or in a different mood than you always know them, take that as, okay, I'm always here if you need me. I'm going to leave you by yourself. But if you need help, if you need me, just text me or call me. I'll be here with you. You can sit down with them in silence. Just enjoy the silence with them. They will appreciate it more. Let them voice out how they feel by themselves. Don't take it upon yourself. Let go of that mindset that other people's feeling is your burden. It's not your burden. You are not responsible for how people feel. Okay? Let go of that. The last one is hyper awareness of other people's emotion. If you're an empath, you second this one. Growing up, I was an empath. As a kid, I was physically ABUSE. So I was always living outside of my body. People who are very empathetic are mostly outside of their body. They try to feel how people feel, especially if they're in any kind of abusive relationship. They tend to feel how their caretakers or people who are putting them through a lot, how they feel, okay? So they are always checking the moods of people. And that stuck with me. I had this anxious attachment with everything back then. I was very anxiously attached. If you change your mood a little bit, I could feel it. So I'm always like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Is everything okay? Even in relationship, before I worked on myself, I was anxiously attached to people all the time. Even when it's not good and they want to leave, even when I know it's the end of the road, I was still attached, like, please don't leave. Slight mood, I'm just anxious, feeling everything. Even before they tell me, I know how they feel. That is a traumatic response. You need to work on your anxious attachment. Live inside your body. The moment I started adopting some behaviors, which I have a video on, some investments I made, or some of the investments you have to make in your 20s without breaking the bank, I learned about meditation and just regulating my nervous system and going to therapy, doing the inner work. I realized that I don't own anything, not even people. People will come and go as they wish. I don't own people. I don't. And certain chapters of my life will definitely come to an end. And sometimes the ending, I will have to leave some cast behind. And that some cast I will move in with into the next chapter. And that I'll meet new cast and things will happen in life. It could even be a parent. It could even be a sibling. It could even be a family member. It could even be your best friend, maybe your lover. It's normal. Once I went to therapy and I worked on myself from the inside, I'm very securely attached. I can say, yes, when the relationship is not good for me, I'll walk away without a doubt. Without a doubt. And if they choose to walk away because it's not for them, I understand them. I understand. No bad blood. I'll open the door widely for them and I wish them well, that they find whatever they desire. That is it. Learn to live inside your body. And one way to live inside your body is to practice meditation. Feel your body. Whenever that anxious feeling comes, start to feel your hand. How does your hand feel? Is it warm? Is it cold? Feel your toes, your feet. How does it feel? Is it tingling? Feel your face. Like, just start feeling your body. Take your attention off the outside. Put it inside of you. Because if you spread yourself to everyone else, you leave leakages of your energy for people to take away from. Because you're not your body. So it's like me leaving this empty body. Anything can come in and possess it. Because you're outside of, your soul is outside of, your energy is outside of the body. So anything can come in and take whatever it wants. But if you're in your body and you're keeping guard of your body and you're secured in your body, other energies will bow to your aura. They have nothing to do but about your aura, because you're in your frame, very much secured. Everything is secured. When something is secured, no intruders can come in, and it's hard for anything to come out because it's secured, so it's intact. But when you're insecure and you've left some loopholes, look, I can put my fingers through this, but if it's secured, it will be hard for me to penetrate. That is how you have to keep your energy. Please, my dear empathetic people, be empathetic, feel for other people, but don't take it upon yourself. Let it go, and feel your own body, feel your own system, feel how you feel, and not how other people feel. Okay, that is the best way for adults who are going through this. And if you're an over-explainer or someone who over-apologizes, just know that people won't understand you all the time. And don't be afraid to exist in this world just as you are. People understand you. It's okay. Exist as you are. Be yourself. Okay? And if confrontation comes, face it. Sometimes in this life, in order for you to get ahead, there are some bridges you need to just walk over it. And that requires you to confront it. That requires a little bit of chaos. Don't escalate it, but at least confront it. Confront your fears. Face it. That's the only way to get over it. And the other one is you taking other people's mood as your own, kind of like your inability to do something. That is you not feeling worthy of that person. You are worthy of anyone you choose to. And if that person chooses to be in a different mood, just know it's normal. Even you're not always in the same mood, but you pretend to be in the same mood because you don't want to hurt people. You're a people pleaser. Okay? So also accept your own moods. If you feel sad, if you feel down, express it. Let the people around you know that today you're not in a good mood. It's okay. They don't blame themselves. You are the one who blame themselves. Don't think because you're in a bad mood, you make them feel like they're also in a bad mood. If you're in a bad mood, just show it. I'm not in a mood today. Let them know. I tell my friends every time, when we go, if they want to go somewhere, I'm not in a mood. I don't want to go. They don't take it personal. They'll be like, okay, you chill at home. You will go and come. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. Live freely. Just live freely. That's all. And thank you guys so much for watching. I want you to comment below, I release the energy of self-blame, or just comment I release in the comments below if you're releasing that energy, and let me know how this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao, bye.